All right, guys, we're at the point where we need to remove these seats. We're just trying to remove the carpet in the back, and these seats, the carpet comes up behind them, so we're gonna have to remove these seats anyway because we got new seat covers coming on. So we need to go ahead and figure out how to get these seats out here. Alright guys, this is the next piece of this project of the boat makeover is these seats. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go at these seats. The problem is that these seats are on the bottom side here. Particularly on this one seat right here. This material right here, whatever it is some kind of woven type canvas material. Is broke. And that's what makes the inside of this seat sink. And I found out these seats are molded seats. Like foam molded seats that you just don't have a piece of foam that you put over it, and they actually mold it in a mold and spray foam into the mold and form this seat. So the size of it's okay, but I'm worried about the inside of this seat here. If you look at the other seat, it's not pushed in. It's got good cushion on it, and it's got good stability on it, but this one is the problem. And finding this material and finding out how this is put in here without taking it all apart, then trying to figure out, okay, what material I need. I think that's the only way I'm gonna be able to do this. But like I said, I got a fishing tournament in about about 9 days, and finding whatever this material is going to be and getting it here and putting it back together might be trouble. So alright guys, it's time to deal with these boat seats. As you can see, there's no boat seats right now, but I'm just trying to put something on this table for it doesn't get dirty. Let me go get these boat seats. So here they are. These are the boat seats. They're finally done. I did not do them. I had to take them over to the upholstery shop, and they did them. So I mean, sometimes you just gotta pick the battles you want to fight. And I didn't want to fight this battle. But these boat seats, they're fair. I mean, a couple of places I think could have did a little bit more, but they done. So what I'm going to try to do today is, I got the centerpiece that these boat seats connect to. And like I said, I'm trying to get rid of that center seat that Ranger had in the middle here, the little small seats. So I got to come up with a system for that. I think I got a good idea what I want to do, but I don't know if I'm be able to get it done today. And I need to get it done today because I have to work most of tomorrow, and I got a fishing tournament on Saturday, so today is Thursday. So let me get these seats back connected to this, I don't know what you call it, a panel, bracket, whatever it is, and we'll go from there. I'll show you what I got in my mind. Alright guys, we got everything I think I need to be done on the boat for right now. We got everything in, got the carpet done, we got the electronics in, and now we need to deal back with these seats. I've been waiting on some hardware to get here for these seats that I want to do with this in my mind. Like I said last time, we talked about this cutting board. We're gonna put this cutting board inside this seat in the middle to make a step, and I needed something to hold this cutting board down before it doesn't, you know, move or come out of there or anything like that. So in my thinking, in my head, I want to put a series of screws down through here. Like I said, right now this cutting board is 24 inches. I believe I'm gonna cut it down to about 19 inches for it to be inside these seats, you know, before it don't stick out. So I'm gonna, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it down. Then if you see on the bottom of this metal part in these seats, they got these series of holes in this bracket right here, and that bracket only holds the seats together basically. It only goes probably about right here on each side of the seat. What I'm gonna do is, I got some rivet nuts that I'm gonna put inside a series of holes in here. That way I can just screw a screw down the top side of this with a washer. I'm gonna try to recess that screw inside here. Probably, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 9 screws in here to hold this down for when you step on it. Like I said, that's another reason to cut it down. It won't try to come loose at the back end here. Then I'm gonna carpet over top of all this, and hopefully you won't even know it's a cutting board right here. So that's what's in my head. So that's what I'm gonna work on. First thing I know I need to do is determine which holes I'm gonna use that's in this bracket right now, because all these holes are open season. I don't need none of these for the seats. So I see it's 3 on this side here, it's 3 on this side already. I'll probably use those 3. Then I might put 4 here in the middle. So let me get started on that. I'm gonna drill a couple series of holes that these rivet nuts go in, and we'll come back and we'll put those rivet nuts in, and we'll keep going from there. All right guys, we got the board cut down to my 19 inches. Like I said, when I stick it in there, it's got a little recess behind the front of the seats. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. So now I got the hose drill. Like I said, it's 1, 2, 3 here. I put 4 in the middle, and these other 3 on the edge over here. So I'm gonna put these rivet nuts in there, and let me show you how that's going to work. And just give you a note, I'm gonna put these rivet nuts in there up like that. I mean, you can put them in there any way you want. I mean, you can put them down, the top to be flush. But what I want to use these for, up like this, they're gonna stick up out of the so they're gonna be like a what you want to call it, a centering type deal. I'm gonna, when I cut the hole in the bottom of the actual cutting board, these holes gonna be for it doesn't move side to side, so that's gonna stick up just a little bit over top of that metal, and that way that board won't have a chance to slide side to side. It'll be 10 of these holding it in place to keep it from moving. So let me get you closer so you can see how we're going to do this. What I have right here is these tool that installs these rivet nuts. What you do is you screw the rivet nut on top of the, and these are quarter 20 screws that I'm going to use. So they got different size heads that go on top of this this installer here, so you can change from different size rivet nuts. So when you put that in there and you just give it a squeeze, and it's gonna squeeze down on top of that metal, and you just use this to screw it off from inside the rivet nut, and you got a threaded piece of a threaded thing. You can thread screws down in there. And the other reason I don't want to have that hanging down on the bottom, this part sits probably an inch or so off the gas tank. So the gas tank is up under here, and I didn't want anything to, if it did flex or anybody, when you step on that, it'd be hitting the gas tank. So that's another reason I'm putting these up this way. Okay, let's do a couple where you can, I try to get you as close as I could where you can see what's going on here. Like I said, once you put these rivet nuts in there, make sure they go in there all the way, get all the burrs off the back. You want that to sit in there kind of flush. So once you put that rivet nut in there, make sure it goes in there all the way. Give a little pressure on it. And once you squeeze it, it mushrooms on the top of the material that you're using. So then you just unscrew it. And go to the next one. And it just mushrooms on top. And this hole, these are, like I said, quarter 20 rivet nuts, and the hole that I drilled was a 3/8 inch hole. So like I said, that's in there real good. They're not moving. So I'm gonna do the rest of these. Like I said, I got a total of 10, and I'll come back and we'll see if we can figure out how to get that cutting board on top of them. Okay, I got all the rivet nuts installed here on the center piece. Like I said, right now I'm gonna put my board in there, and I'm gonna lift it up and just gonna go on the bottom and mark all these holes. I feel like that is good enough. So that's gonna be my layout of the holes I gotta drill. So I drilled, where to drill at? I drilled a 3/8 hole to put those rivets in there. So I'm gonna drill 3/8 hole so I know those rivet nuts to go in there. I'm gonna go over here to the trash can and drill these 3/8 hole. Trying to be in the center as much as possible. I don't need to wallow these holes out none. So that's the thing about when you're doing projects, you got to think out the box sometimes. And I'm good that I think out the box all the time. So you got to pick something and go with it and see if it works out. Especially if you don't do this every day. You have no idea how it's going to turn out. But this is the way you learn. You got to learn to be able to do. I try to tell my son that. I tell him I'm not going to be around forever. And the knowledge I have in my head is a lot. And I don't have nowhere to put it if you don't want it. So, but he haven't got that in his head yet. He's 14, so he hadn't figured out that he needs to learn something other than schoolwork. Because when I was 14, I was helping my daddy take out motors and transmissions and put roofs on houses, and so that's how I know all that type stuff, because I did it at a young age. But it's hard to get those young people to realize one day you're going to need to know how to do something besides get on Facebook and Instagram. You're going to have to be able to change your brakes one day, as long as you got a lot of money. You might have to fix your girlfriend or your wife's car or something like that. If you don't got the knowledge, you best have a lot of money. Well, I don't have a lot of money, so that's why you see me doing all this myself. All right, I got those holes drilled, but they're leaving some kind of little up thing on there, like the plastic is protruding off from the bottom. So I'm just got a razor blade and see if I can cut that off. As you can see, all the little holes are sort of what lined up. What I'm gonna do is, like I said, I got these 1/4 nuts, and I have, of course, I bought a whole bunch of stuff. So that washer, I'm gonna try to recess that washer in this hole, so it won't be sticking up like that. Like I said, it looks like I got just enough area that I could bring that down. You know, it's hard to wallow out something that's flat like that. So I'm gonna put this in there, and I'm just gonna drill, just trying to recess this screw right here enough. So let's find a drill, and not to mess up the threads inside the other dude. Now that I think about those threads, let me remove that. Remove the cutting board out the way, because I don't want to mess up those threads on those rivet nuts. a depth gauge to know what that depth is, but we just keeping it real. This is keeping it real channel. And these are Allen wrench nuts. All right, let's see what the fitment is on that. I think I'm gonna have to go with 2 washers on that. It's got a little play on it. I think I'm just gonna go straight carpet. So that's basically what I'm gonna do for these 10. So let me get that done, and we'll come back when all that's good and done. All right, I got all the screws and washers in place, all the holes countersunk. I went with a little bit wider washer on the bottom, but this is not going anywhere. So I'm just thinking, do I just need to put padding over this before I put the carpet, just to, like I said, that's 10 screws in here holding that little 19 by 18 piece of what you call it in here. So I mean, I got padding on the rest of everything else, so I might as well put some padding on here before I put the carpet on. But that's what I want to get done. On the bottom, I do have some screws hanging out. That's the only thing that worries me. I'll probably get my little oscillating tool and cut these bottom of these screws off, because I don't want that sitting over top of my fuel tank. But I don't think it's going to touch, but just to be safe than sorry. So and I'm gonna put me some little Loctite on these nuts when I put them in there for the last time, because I don't want these screws backing out any over time. So I will put a little bit of blue Loctite on that. Like I said, everything is stainless steel, so I think we got something good going on right here. It's like saying, once you put the carpet over there, you won't know, which I don't care if you know or not, but this is the most durable, indestructible piece of material I could get that in my head to thinking what to put here. And it's this cutting board. So I'm gonna have to take the seats off of this bracket and see about getting stuff over top of it. You know, give me some carpet. I'll have to find some pieces. Hopefully I got some that's long enough and wide enough. So okay, well, next thing is putting carpet and padding on here. So let's go do that. Alright guys, I've been working pretty hard trying to get this middle piece done for these seats. And as you can see, I do have it done. I did put some padding on it, but that padding is pretty hard, so you probably can't even tell it's padding on it. But this is what it looks like. Don't look at that. That's not a big deal. The seat will be covering that up, so you'll never see that little part right there. I had a little problem on trying to get this carpet to sit in these corners without wrinkling the back. So but I got it done. So you know, it just here on the bottom where it folds over, I put some stainless steel staples in that. And this is what it's going to look like with the seat. Well, this one seat on over here. Let me get the other seat before we can. That's roughly
actual reveal
what that's gonna look like. Like I said, it looks pretty good to me. Like I said, it'll be more tighter to the seat when they get the screws in it. But this is kind of what I wanted. You know, over time, if I find a center console or something to go in here, I have that done, put it in, that type thing. But like I said, I got a good base, and I think that is not going anywhere. But now that I got the carpet in, it's one thing my fishing partner asked for. Let me show you. Wha-bam! Well, my fishing partner always asks for a handle, because on the Ranger you have to reach down on the side or up under the seat to grab that little handle. And I fixed him up a handle right here on this center section. Right now I just got it in there for just to show you guys. I don't have it tightened all the way down, but it's just a simple handle for when you're riding. You have something to hold on to without having to reach up under the bottom of the seat to grab the handle strap. So he'll be glad to see that once he ever gets back in the boat here. So and the other thing, now that I got the carpet done, you know, it's not always ever done. I see something else that I want to fix, and that is the side parts on these seats that's showing. When you had the center seat in there, those parts, you didn't see that plastic part on side these seats. Let me move you over so you can see on this seat here. So if you see on the side of these seats, there's plastic parts you can see now. What I'm gonna try to do, this is a cover that Ranger sent me with the seat covers that go over this center seat. So what I'm gonna try to do is, I'm gonna try to cut off some of this material here on the side and try to cover that up the best I can, you know, get it all smooth and halfway decent looking for it'll cover up this plastic. I mean, the plastic is not that bad looking. I mean, if you wanted to paint it, you probably could get away with it. And just cover up this ugly, because the guy that did my seats, he just put the new seat cover over the old seat cover, and you can see that the old seat cover is still here, but I can cut that out. That's not a big deal. So that's my next thing on the list. You know, my list should be getting smaller, but it's getting bigger. So I'm gonna do that because this video is getting super long. But that's pretty much done for the seats. When you see these seats again, they'll be in the boat. So this turned out good, I think so. So other than that, guys, I appreciate everybody checking out the videos. I'm trying to get it crunk out much as fast as I can. So like I said, we still got body work to do on the boat. We got the electronics in on the boat. We got to put the fenders. I am putting a remote drain on the boat, so we got that going. And after that, we just got the rims and we should be done. So I appreciate it again, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. I'm gonna cut this video off right here for these seats, for it won't be super duper long. And we out of here. Thanks for watching.